Hi, welcome to Fatmata Speaks. Welcome to the monthly reading. Now, this is for the month of August, and we're about to finish July. And July has been all about movement, promising us that we're gonna live life, and in a way or two, we have been living life. And August is literally how do I describe August? Literally, the thing that happened was I sat down to meditate, and I had all the image in my head and all the connection points that I was kind of pinning down on them. And as soon as I stopped meditating, I took my pen and I wrote the last sentence, which was something that stuck in my head, which I'm gonna read before I go into all the images that I saw. And then I was done with that. I was about to write the images chronologically, right? And for some reason I couldn't. It's like August wants you to know that things are coming, things are happening, but at the same time it doesn't want to put all its secret out there. It's like telling you to, okay, you have this and this and this and this and this and this coming. I'm not going to tell you exactly all in what form and all that is coming in. I want you to experience it. It's literally that. It's experiencing. Because by living life, by experiencing, by having a particular experience, you learn from it, you create from it, you grow from it. But if someone tells you just what the experience is about, of course you get curious and all, but it's not the same, it's not the same. So in August, my biggest advice for August is experience whatever is coming in and act according to your truth, follow your highest excitement, and just live life. Because one thing that you should know is you already have everything that you need within you. With that being said, let me read the first thing that I wrote down, which was something that stuck with me while meditating, okay? I wrote, whatever happens this month, you'll be okay, because within you, you already have what you need to maintain your life. For example, you might have a skill that you can monetize, hence support your livelihood. Exactly, yeah. And then I wrote, I saw an island. It was standing strong as it is, and the clouds around it was moving away, showing off what was there all along. So all this while, all this while, because of past experience, trauma, and all the ugliness of, I don't want to say of life, but of interacting with life, okay? With all the ugliness of interacting with life, we have been burying ourselves. But through the last couple of months, and for some years, you have been digging and trying to find yourself. And in August, you are finding that self. You are finding that self. You're allowing yourself to experience that self. And you're going according to the flow of that self. And you're trusting that self. And that is amazing, because there's so many things about us that we have deemed not, useful when it comes to making a career and stuff. But let's be honest. Everything has its place. We just have to find the angle in which it can work for us. And right now, I have the example in my head. I was watching a tarot reading. I don't remember from which tarot reader. And she gave an example of a guy who just loves to garden, right? And he did a YouTube video where he was just talking about the thing that he likes. And that video ended up blowing up. And he was able to make a living out of something that he likes. So this month, I'm not saying you're going to go viral or anything. Possibly, could happen. But this month, act according to your truth. Follow your highest excitement. And build with and build on that which you already have. And with that, you will see yourself fly. You will see yourself glow. You will see yourself grow. And that's just huge, okay? So let's get into the images, okay? The first image that I saw, this one I was able to recall it, that was the first image that I saw, okay? The first image that I saw was, I saw a ship. And I literally saw the ship was here. And then there was kind of like a wall, like in here. And then the ship was going through that wall. But the wall was not like the typical wall made out of cement. It was kind of a portal in a sort. And the ship went through that portal wall, and then it came out on the other side. And immediately the image switched. And at first I thought everything just flipped upside down. But no, it wasn't. So basically, what I saw was like water was below, and in the middle, sandwiched, was a house. The self was a house. And on top of that was a body of water as well. So somehow you are sandwiched between two oceans. And you're still thriving. You're still thriving because as above, so below. As within, so without. You're reflecting, your outside is reflecting your inside. It doesn't matter how things flip, how things turn, become, you will remain where you are, in the sense that the trust that you have in yourself will remain, and that is gonna that's gonna help you stay grounded. It's like nothing can pull you out of the space that you have created. Nothing can pull you back in the sense of cause you to be to experience stagnation. No, you are building, and you are living life, experiencing life. And because you have such a strong foundation, you have created such a strong foundation within yourself. You know who you are. So you do not wait for the external to tell you who you are. You do not wait for the external to tell you how to be, where to go, and who to be with. All of the decisions that comes out, that you make right now in August, you do that from your perspective. They come from you, okay? All of your decisions comes, wow, all of your decisions come from you. And you have help from the divine. You have help from your guide. So even when it feels like you're alone in this, you're not alone, okay? You're not alone. People are out there, and people generally care. Why am I saying people generally care when I didn't see anyone there? Okay, the message wants to come out like that. So be it. People generally care about you, but you care about you the most. And that is reflecting it. It's showing itself on in your external world. So keep at that. Keep at that. Okay? And then, okay, I just told you guys that I couldn't see yes, okay, this one was the second image. Yes. Okay. So the image switched from being sandwiched between two oceans to a piece of land. And I saw a giant in a way. I have no other way to explain this, but a giant. And he was walking with a ladder. He was walking with a ladder. Imagine a giant needing a ladder to climb. I mean, that's wild, isn't it? And the way that every step they took, you could feel it. Like the ground was not shaking, like trembling, but you could feel it. You can feel their presence. And then they walked towards like this building, and then they put down the ladder and then climbed up to kind of like attend to it. So like something you created in the past, okay? I keep saying you have to trust in yourself, in your skills. And honey, in August, you're going to see exactly why. Because you, in the past, you have been sowing the seeds, okay? You've been sowing the seeds. And one of them, or multiple seeds, have matured into something amazing. something huge. It's so huge that a giant needs a ladder to climb up to reach its level. But it's okay. You can manage this because you have tools and you have help. Okay, so maybe you started a business and it has been you all along, and all of a sudden you blow up, and now you need employees, something like that. But whatever it is, something you saw, something you created, is going into something, has been going into something amazing, and now you're gonna need a little bit of help to maintain it. But of course, you can also rely on yourself and the divine. But hey, don't push yourself, okay? Ask for help. It's okay. Sometimes some people are the creators and then they need their supporters around them to help them. Okay? They need their supporters. It's okay. But yeah. Congratulations. Congratulations. The seed that you saw in the past has grown, has matured. Congratulations. Okay? Then let me see if I can find the third message. Oh yeah, okay, I found it. The third image that I saw was, I saw a boy, very young boy, and he was standing on a bridge. And he was trying to call back his sister, who was like reached the other side of the bridge. But the sister was not coming back. She was like following her path, okay? You found your path, follow it. Go out there. Set the example. Be the example. Because what you're creating, or what you have been creating, no one has ever created it. Not to this extent. Maybe in your family, or your immediate surroundings, or maybe in general, the whole wide world. So go ahead and create what you're creating, because you're setting an example. Because the boy was calling back his sister, and then his sister didn't return, and he was so afraid standing on this bridge, But like, he kept his eye on his sister, and eventually he relaxed. He let go of the fear, and I believe he crossed over. He walked towards his sister. So you're setting an example for the next generation. Okay. I know it sounds huge, but you're setting an example for the next generation. Or in family setting, you decided something different. You decided to pursue a different career path. You decided to pursue a different type of life. You broke, literally, the generation curse. And no one has ever done it before. And some of your family members are like, oh, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. And most likely they don't mean it with evil intention, Not everything is being said out of malice. Sometimes just people want to protect you because they love you. But sometimes love is the problem. If you know what I mean, love can be the problem. But you have to follow your path and set the example, not only because whatever you do, I know sometimes people think we're all isolated beings walking around, but no, we're connected, very much connected. Whatever you are about to do or are doing, you're setting the next generation up for success. You're showing the next generation how things can be done differently. You're showing example. You're being a living example. Exactly. You're being a living example. And that can be a little bit tough. But as I said, know who you are and stick to who you are. Of course, grow out of your wow. Okay, calm down. Grow out of your comfort zone, obviously, but always be true to yourself, always be authentic. And be the example that the world needs, because somehow the world needs what you have to offer. So go out there and make it big. Make it big, make it small, whatever. Go out there and make your mark. And don't worry, your family will get on the game plan. Okay, because they always do. As long as they are not acting out of malice, they always do. They will get on the game plan, okay? Then what I saw after was, I saw, yes, this one came after it immediately. I saw a figure. I'm not sure if it was a masculine figure, but it was a very large figure, kind of like your higher self. And they were sitting on the throne, you know, sovereignty. And they were sitting on the throne, and then they were kind of like begging someone to come towards them, like calling them. And then I saw the sister. Yeah, now I saw the sister walking towards that tall figure that was sitting on the throne. And as soon as they got to the figure picked them up and set them on their shoulder. So yeah, you're doing something. No, not doing something. You have been doing something, and now you have connected to your higher self. And like I said, you're not walking life alone. You're walking life with your guides in the divine, and your higher self is helping you navigate what is to come. This could be in the 3D in the form of you finding you deciding what to do, sending out the applications, and receiving that call, receiving the acceptance. You going there, you making it work. And in the process of it, you might find a mentor, or you become a mentor, and then you carry the next generation with it, or you show people how it can be done. But if you're finding a mentor, go with it as well, okay? But whatever it is, the world is ready for what you have to offer. The world is ready for what you have to offer. I think this is how I'm going to name it. Let me write it down before I forget. I'm quick to forget. The world is ready for what you have to offer. Because let's be honest, sometimes the world is not ready for what we have to offer. And that can be demotivating. But by timing, the world is ready to accept, to be able to hold what we have to offer. So, congratulations! Congratulations! Okay? And then the image that came after, this one I remembered, was, right? I was right about that, right? Yes, I was right? Yes. I have to check. Like I said, I was just writing down the piece that came to me as I was like, after the meditation, but it didn't come in like chronologically. It was a little bit maddening, actually. It was annoying me a little bit. But anyway, the image that came after was, I saw a stream. Kind of looked like a stream. And on both sides were thick, green trees, like healthy looking trees. Imagine end of spring, start of summer trees. Very healthy looking, deep blooming, everything is there. And then I was like kind of like following the flow of the water. And then once I reached the edge of, I didn't reach the edge, but I reached a certain area, and then on the left side, I saw a hut. Is it a hut? I hope that pronunciation was right. H-U-T. And it kind of, like I saw it, and immediately I thought of one Chinese series that I saw. I don't remember the title of it. Anyway, the thing that came to mind was the youngest daughter returned home after like studying abroad, and she wasn't applying for a job. She wasn't actually sleeping. That was the problem, because she was very dramatical. Not the child, but like she experienced something very traumatical actually. And then she applied for a job at the cemetery to be like a cemetery groundkeeper. And she didn't tell her parents. She didn't tell her parents. And while she was there, she kind of like, she found peace. At the cemetery, she found peace. She was able to connect to a path that was lost. And she was able to sleep. And the parent found out about it, and they lost it. They were like, no, you have to quit your job. What am I supposed to tell my friends when they ask, where's your daughter working? Should I tell them she works at the cemetery? And they were a little bit, they were disappointed, literally. They were disappointed, and the girl had to like stop working for a day or two, I believe. And they were complaining. And at first I was like, partially, like once you know the whole story, yes, they were thinking about their reputation, but that was just one part of it. The other part was that at that very same cemetery, the elder sister, was buried there. And that was the reason why the younger sister couldn't sleep. Because of, I don't know, I think they had a little bit of fight or something, and she couldn't forgive herself, guilt and all that. So parents was literally, they were trying to like protect her from that. But while in all the process of protecting, they completely oversaw that their daughter could finally sleep, she somehow made peace with everything that had happened. And they couldn't see that at first because they were so focused on, like, we have to protect her, we have to protect her, we have to protect our reputation. So sometimes when family try to stop you from doing the things that you like, it's not always with malice intention, it's not always out of malice. Sometimes it's literally out of love, but like I said just now, sometimes love is the problem, okay? But yeah. But if you find yourself in that kind of situation in August where you're following your path, you're living your life, you found your ground, your footing, and you're starting your career in a job that maybe your parent doesn't consider to be a good one, the right fit, but for you it works, for you it fulfills you, follow that. Let your parent be aside, because they're not the one waking up every morning to go there. So to be honest, they have nothing to say. They have nothing to say to the matter. But follow your truth. You do not have to explain it to them. You do not have to explain to them. But if you feel like an explanation will help, tell them. Tell them like, hey, this, yes, I know it might not suit what you want, but it suits what I want, and I'm fine with it. So find a way to be fine with it as well. Because to be honest, family, as long as they are acting from love, a place of love, they always come around eventually. Sometimes you just need time, a moment or two to, get used to the whole idea. But I get back to it. Okay, this type of message came like twice in this reading, so I guess some of you might be facing, I don't want to say face off against your family, but you might find yourself in a place where you have to maybe not defend, but you have to stick to your grounds and do not let your family take you off the path that you have chosen, that you have created and built on. Okay, that was it. And yeah, the other thing that I saw was I saw clouds again. It started with clouds, but the clouds were moving away, and now I'm not sure if this was the ending of the reading, but I saw clouds, and they were kind of like covering half of the tower. There was a tower in like this whole building, and they were covering half of it. And for some odd reason, I was thinking, this is heaven on earth. I do not know why, but heaven on earth came up in my mind like multiple times while watching this scene of this cloud just like submerging half of the castle that I was watching. So, heaven on earth. You're gonna be living heaven on earth. You're gonna be living. That's how life is gonna feel like for you. Like you living, like you're already in heaven. And the heavens, I don't know how you guys define the heavens, but for me, the heaven is literally just a place of love, a place where you're connected with the divine, with your higher self. Your soul is like content, and you are just being, but like you being in love with yourself, in love with life, in love with someone else. It's just you are content. You're in the right place, the right time, and life just feels good. I know, like growing up, I used to have the idea like heavens means, there's hell, there's heaven, heaven means no pain and all that. But the older I get, the more advanced my definition has become. And yeah, it's not about pain at all. It's about living in love. And in August, you're finding that. You're living like that. So yeah, those are the messages that I saw. Oh, I also saw another image of a young girl, and she was just walking around, and I can't recall properly if there were like clouds there. Okay, now I'm seeing like water flowing between two solid lands and the sun shining down on it. Yeah. And like, yeah, now I'm seeing a valley, like everything spread out. Okay, what does that have to do with the girl, Belle? Finding your place. Finding your place. I believe in August. Like, July was like promising you to live the life, and the weekly reading for the last week of July and the first week of August was all about trusting in that which you have built. And August is gonna be like you practicing exactly that which you've built. So basically, again, you started a business and now it exploded, and now you really have to step up. Or maybe you started a business, it wasn't like walking and all that, but now you literally have clients that you have to attend to. Something is picking up and you have to step up because it's expanding, it's becoming your life, it's becoming your heaven on earth. And you're following your path, and the world is ready for it. It's finally ready for you. You've really stepped over the line, and your intention are being mirrored around you in your surroundings. Yeah, it actually makes sense. They're all connected. Well, the end of it is you're being called to just live life, and life is literally on your side. So August, look at me, it sounds amazing. And step into August being optimistic. Step into August being true to who you are. Step into August being receptive of all that it's bringing, and stay on your path. Listen to what you want, not to the external. You got this, okay? And yeah, that was the reading. The world is ready for what you have to offer. Okay? The world is ready for what you have to offer. Talking about offer, I'm still looking for some coaches to have some practice coaching sessions. So if you guys are interested in stuff like that, so basically working with your inner child, fixing your belief system, getting you to to leave the bed for you to complete that task and all that. So if you're interested in topics like that, then send me an email. My email address is down in the caption below. And see you guys next week. Have a blessed month. August is gonna be amazing because the world is finally ready for what you have to offer. Okay? Love you. Bye.